fazer o mesmo ao segundo. Não. Deve ter trocado o turno. Quando eu quis subir, se calhar já tinham trocado o turno. Porque naquela altura já devia estar tudo confusão.
Olha, podemos tirar esta. Podemos tirar esta e por aí.
É mais tal?
Não, mas aqui não é preciso.
Não é que eles passam na mesma.
Para aqui é igual. É para por aí.
Não, mas eles vir para aqui passam por aí muitas das vezes. Polícias e tudo.
Olha, aqui.
É? Já.
Ela te descansa.
E?
Vou falar de descanso. Só subir.
Sao như thế kia này phải đồng tiền?
Start the first quarter, jump over center line. Number 17, Owen Klassen. Very much. And the first quarter to start in Australia 29, 20-29，第一节时间终了，澳大利亚队。Technical and all. OIRS.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. This is the post-game press conference for the Group H match between Canada and Australia. Australia winning by 108 points to 92. We have Nick Nurse, the Canadian head coach, and Kevin Pangos with us for the press conference. I'm going to ask the coach and the player, first of all, for thoughts on the game, and then we will take a couple of questions as well. If you want a listening device, They are available. Channel 1 is in Chinese, Channel 2 is in English. So please remember to switch off your mobile phones or put them on silent. And I'm going to ask for Kevin to make a comment on the game first.
Thanks. I thought we had moments where we played pretty well. Played our kind of basketball, and I thought there were moments where we struggled and didn't get stops like we need to, didn't get scores like we need to. They're a good team. They got a lot of talent, a lot of size, shooters. And so unfortunately it didn't go our way today. We got to go back and learn from some of the things that we didn't do so well, take some of the positives and get better for next game. It's a tournament, it's not just one game, so that's the positive in this situation, and we'll go back and try to fix it and get a win next game.
Thank you. Coach, your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought the start wasn't very good for us, and I didn't think the end was very good, and I thought the middle was excellent. I think didn't seem to be catching many breaks or the ball bouncing our way very well early, and didn't shoot it especially well when we did create some good shots. But we regrouped, and halftime we came out and put a heck of a third quarter together, and just had again another bad stretch to start the fourth, and then a really bad stretch in the fourth there where we just couldn't shut their water off there very, very much, and we weren't scoring either. So I'm not trying to do that on purpose. Probably better if I just do that than listen to that, right? Everybody okay? Screeching? Anyway, that's my comment. Go ahead and open it up for questions. Okay, there you go. Just again, Kevin said too, they got a really good, experienced, physical, big team, and just ran out of gas a little bit against them.
Okay, thank you very much. Have we got any questions, please? Can we get a microphone to the front?
Come here. Hey Nick, Mike Andrew, Toronto Sun. That third quarter, obviously, that was probably the highlight of the night. But in the fourth, what changed between the end of the third and the fourth? I mean, you had 37 in the third, and it just kind of went away.
Yeah, I mean, I give them, some credit, Mike. I think, we were really scoring time after time after time in the third, and I think, I'm sure they were getting asked or encouraged to pick it up a little bit defensively, and they did. Maybe the shots became a little tougher for us, and then you have a string of them not go in, but it kind of balances out, right? I mean, I think we made about 11 or 12 straight there for a stretch in the third, and then you're probably going to miss a couple here and there. But it just was a game that we were going to have to kind of keep scoring, and then we didn't score for a stretch, and we were just playing transition defense, right? And they were getting it down a little bit quicker than we would have liked because we had such a cold streak on offense.
Microphone down at the front, please.
Coach, Warren from ESPN Australia. Question would be, it was a very wildly kind of fluctuating game. What was the messaging that you gave, I guess, at half-time? Because it seemed like the guys were able to play with a bit more pace and aggression in that third quarter as well.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the one thing that was encouraging going into the half was we had a nice little, I think it was 5-0 run, to kind of pull it back. It was a 17-point game, and we ended up going in down 12, which isn't great, but it was encouraging. It was better than 17, and it was just we made a few adjustments defensively. We were making some big mistakes on letting the bigs get behind us to the rim, right? They were getting a lot of in-close baskets. Just made adjustment on that, changed up our defenses a little bit as well, and that seemed to ignite us. That was it. Just started playing, like you said, with a little more pace and zip and all that stuff, and that was the reason we guarded better and scored better.
This is the last question. Yes, please, over there.
Asha Kongisha from FIBA. Coach, it's a very difficult group, probably the group of death, and you've lost your first game. How then are you going to come up from this loss?
Yeah, I guess we're going to have to find out. I mean, we don't really have a choice other than to learn what we can from this game, right, and pick ourselves up and come out and play. I mean, for us, we would have probably thought that we have to win one of the first two to have any chance, you know, and then obviously the third, we're going to have to win 2 out of 3. So, you know, we were hoping to get this one tonight, but now we didn't, so it kind of puts us in a must-win scenario for the next one. Again, I'll say we knew we were going to have to play extraordinary basketball to get out of this group, and we had some extraordinary moments tonight. We just got to stretch them out a little bit and go from there.
We just have one more question. This is the last one, I'm afraid.
This guy gets 2?
Came a long way. Nick, you mentioned, we talked earlier in the week, and you were wondering if you and Kevin would, or Kevin, that you play with Kevin and Corey together. What went into that decision today, and how happy were you with how it turned out?
Yeah, I think they're our 2 most experienced, you know, guards, and just a little bit from my standpoint, when we started the first couple of practice games, I did the same thing, just kind of, you know, they're our highest level, most experienced players. They both have played for Canada. But it didn't feel great at the beginning. And then when Corey left us and Kevin got to play at the 1 a little bit, that felt better to me. So when Corey came back, you probably noticed he was off the ball a lot more tonight. And I just think that Kevin's a real natural point guard, and we want to use those skills there, and really effective at that position. And Corey can slide that way. Corey's, you know, slid that way throughout his career to the 2 a little more. I probably should have figured that out originally in the beginning, but that's why we did what we did.
Okay,
all right.
Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, see you guys in a couple days.
Well, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the press conference for the first game in Group H, with Australia beating Canada by 108 points to 92. Before we start, just a reminder to put your phones on silent or turn them off. And if you want to listen to the translations, there's the device that you should have been able to pick up on your way in. Channel 1 is Chinese, Channel 2 is English. I've got Coach Andre Lemanis and Chris Goulding with me here for the press conference. I'm going to ask both of them for a comment before we take your questions. We'll take player questions first and then questions for the coach afterwards. So, Chris, if I could just have your thoughts on the game today.
Yeah, good to start the tournament with a win. Our first half, we showed, that we could do some really good stuff, and we also showed that if we weren't where we needed to be defensively, that Canada are a great team, and they showed that by pulling back a little bit towards the end of the half, and we weren't ready to go at the start of the third quarter, and when you're playing a quality opposition, they can put points on the board quick. So we got slapped in the face a little bit. We realised the situation that we were in and picked it up again and managed to get a good solid win.
Thank you. Coach, your thoughts on the game?
Obviously very similar to Chris's in terms of there's some things we did really well for periods of the game. Some of the defensive stuff was good. Offensively, I mean, it's a high scoring game, right? 108 to 92. So they scored 23 points in the first 5 minutes of the third quarter, and that's obviously something that we can go back and have a look at and try to fix moving forwards. But outside of that 5 minutes, like I was really pleased with the effort that we gave, and it was good to be tested like that in a game that matters, and find a way to just hold our nerve, get back together, start playing some good basketball, and work our way to what ended up being a good solid win. And again, all the stuff that shines through in Boomer's teams and the stuff that we believe is going to hold us in good stead. We shot 70% from inside the arc, and I think part of that is because we were prepared to get in there and share the ball, and we had 24 assists as a result of that as well. And so when we, again, that's something with Boomer's teams that you never have to question, is everybody's willingness to play in the best interest of the group and to execute their role in the best interest of the team. So pleasing to get that win. Obviously into the form under the current World Cup format. All the wins are important, and so that was a big one for us.
Thank you very much. We'll take questions for Chris Goulding first of all, if there are any. We'll get a microphone to you. If you just put your hand up and state who you are and who you're working for.
Matt Logue at the Daily Telegraph in Sydney. Chris, I think you had 6 guys in double figures. Is that the formula you need to replicate to go deep in this tournament?
I think we need a multitude of guys contributing, whether that be double figures or not. As Andre said, it's a pretty high scoring game. So we would anticipate trying to hold teams to less than 92. If we can score 108 every night, that'd be great. But definitely multiple contributors, not only offensively, but being able to come in and do a job defensively as well.
Any more questions for Chris?
Chris Murray Wensley from AAP. You've had some big moments lately in the green and gold over the last month. That's obviously another one. I guess tonight you look really confident. Like, you feel like you're sort of at the prime right now, and you're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing for this Boomer side?
Yeah, in some regards, I still think I can do my job a little better. But I've been lucky that my role's been really defined, and I know what to do when I come into games. And as Andre said, you never have to question guys that want to play for the team and play the right way for the team, and I'm another guy like that, especially when I'm wearing the green and gold. So coming in and trying to do what I can to keep the scoreboard ticking over and stop them from scoring and making sure we get a win.
Any more questions for Chris? Yeah, down the front here, please.
Congratulations, Chris. So you have 2 wins over 2 North American teams in 2 weeks perhaps. But what does this say about the character of the team, especially in that fourth quarter?
Well, it shows that we can be really explosive offensively and defensively when we're committed and playing the right way. It also shows that if you take your foot off the gas a little bit, there's teams in this competition that can run the score up as we did, Canada did. So just, you know, minimising our lapses. You know, basketball is a game of runs, but at the moment the other team's runs kind of get really large. So minimising them and knowing what we can do to stop it, settle down, get back to what we need to do, and keep plugging away and chip away at the scoreboard in a positive manner for us.
Any more questions for Chris? If not, back there.
Hello, I'm local TV station. Maybe it's your first time to Dongguan. So what's your impression of Dongguan, such as a tournament feel of the scene or facility?
You know, the training court, weight room and show court all on site is of a really high level. We've got out a little bit, been to a couple shopping malls, a couple restaurants. We endeavour to get to some more, but very impressed with Dongguan.
Okay, any questions for Coach, please?
Tournament. Did you feel that energy from the fans, and what does it mean to you?
Yeah, it's in the sporting landscape within Australia, and how much the general public now follows hoops, and I guess which ultimately is a reflection of the success that our guys have had on the world stage, and people want to come and get behind the team and support it and enjoy the way that we play. So really nice to have